What's up everyone, I'm Alex from Boards, Bikes, and Hikes, and today I wanted to talk to you about my new favorite action camera that I picked up just a few months ago. I picked up the Insta360 1X2 after doing much debate whether I wanted to leave my GoPro Max behind and try something different, and I picked it up. I bought it right before we went on our trip to Montana. I basically took that as kind of like its proving ground to see how much I liked this camera, if I really enjoyed it. If I didn't like it, maybe I could send it back and keep using the Max, but if I did, this would become my new main camera that I was going to work with. So I bought that camera and I wanted to talk to you about my experiences using it so far. Since that I've had it, I've taken it hiking in Montana. We visited Yellowstone National Park in Wyoming. We took it on a side-by-side tour in Montana, and I've now taken it snowboarding. So through it all, I wanted to tell you my experience with it thus far. The first thing you're going to notice when you pull this camera straight out of the box, one, it comes in this nice little protective sleeve, which I think is really cool that they include that. You're going to power this thing on. Let me just power it up. And you're going to see it has this little touch screen right here. The really cool thing about this touch screen is when you're looking through the video, you're able to scroll around and see like a 360 preview of whatever the camera's looking at. The really cool thing I think about that touch screen, as far as, you know, far from just playing with it, which it is really neat to play with, is that that is going to allow you to preview any 360 footage you shoot with this camera before you upload it to your phone, your laptop, anything like that. Any other 360 camera does not have a screen that allows you to preview the full 360 video and go on and swipe and scroll through it all and see it all ahead of time before you upload it to their app, which I think is really cool to just be able to, like on the fly, like when I was on the chairlift, I turn this camera on, swipe through it just to, you know, get a quick idea of what my shot's gonna look like. One of the things that gets me so stoked on this camera is just the video quality. Every time I've used it, I'm always super impressed. I'm always excited to see how the video turns out, and I'm always blown away. I haven't been frustrated. I haven't been like, oh, I missed the shot, or the angle's off, or this and that. I have yet to find a video that I'm disappointed in when I'm watching, which is new to me. Typically, with any other camera I've used in the past, even with the GoPro Max, I would occasionally miss the shot. And with this, the colors always look great, the shot is always really good, and the thing I love so much is that I don't have to really focus on making sure my angle's perfect or making sure that shot looks just right. I'm able to, you know, just enjoy the activity, the experience, whatever we're doing that day. I'm able to focus more on enjoying the day and worry about editing it later in post. It allows you to get these perfect, amazing, and cinematic shots without having to think about it so much, which is really nice to be able to focus more on just enjoying the experience of whatever you're doing that day versus always be worried about where the camera's at. By far the biggest selling point of this camera to me is just the ease of workflow that this camera creates. This camera is able to be edited. You can do all the editing on your phone. You don't have to necessarily have a computer or a laptop or things like that. And when you're on the go, it's really nice to be able to do it all from your phone. This camera is literally marketed as a studio in your pocket. So all of it can run through the Insta360 app. The app is super simple to use, very intuitive, very easy to figure out. It's got a lot of really great features on it. It's got, you know, it's auto tracking. When it comes to editing, you can use that. It's going to focus on whatever you set that selected target to be. It also has a mode where you can look around on your phone, angle things, this and that, you know, however you want it to look so the audience can see it how you want them to see it. Pro tip, if you are using the phone to search around and find that perfect 360 shot, using a swivel chair makes it really easy to keep it nice and smooth and get a really good flow when you're, you know, flowing through your video. There's so many other little neat software tricks and stuff that I haven't even begun to scratch the surface on that all is in the software of this camera and can all be done from your phone. For example, when we were coming back from Colorado, I was able to edit all of my snowboard videos and go on and get those all prepped and ready from my phone. I didn't have to get a laptop out, and when you're cramped in an airplane or in a tight space like that, it's so nice and so easy, and it makes the workflow so much faster with a 360 camera versus what I was used to before, which was on a laptop having to click, drag, reframe, which you can still do that from your phone if you so choose to, but it's much easier and much more intuitive to do it through their software than any other software I have used so far. The next thing I want to talk about with this camera is the battery life. The battery life has been absolutely insane to me. I have been so impressed with it on every level. In Yellowstone, everyday hiking, I never had the battery die on me once. I think I did the first 2 days without ever even charging it. When we went on our side-by-side ride, I recorded total about 2 hours worth of footage. Again, I barely put a dent in the battery. I think I got it down to like 70%. Snowboarding in those cold temperatures, that's what my GoPro 10 is struggling with right now, is battery life in the cold. And each day snowboarding, this camera, I never dropped it below 50-60%, and that was all day snowboarding on that one singular battery. I was going to actually buy a second battery, but I have yet to feel like I absolutely need one. I think you can get a ton of time off just the one battery that comes with this camera, which is awesome, especially if you're out doing things in those colder temperatures that do typically drain your battery a little bit faster. One of the other really cool features that comes with this camera and with the Insta360 app that I didn't know about until I bought the camera actually is it basically has its own little social media platform within the app. It allows you to view other people's work, you can post things, like things, and that's going to help you earn their Insta360 Gold, which basically you can redeem then towards discounts, rewards, and it's just really cool to see that they have another community that you can, get involved in on social media and be able to see all the other people of what they're doing with their Insta360, how they're using all these other, tricks and things in the software that I mentioned before. And I think it's really neat. I think it's really cool to just have another community to, help bring people together. So all in all, I am extremely happy with the Insta360 One X2. It's going to be my main action camera, definitely for snowboard season and, continuing on further. I've loved it for every activity I've used it so far. I've been extremely impressed. If I had to nitpick or, find one drawback, which again, I wouldn't even call this a drawback. It's just, how it is, and it's the same with any 360 camera. It is shooting in 5.3K, and when you compress that, it does make it 1080p when it's a flat file. But as far as 360 cameras go, I don't think there's a 360 camera out there that puts out a better video quality than the Insta360 does. No, it's not going to be as high resolution of a 4 or 5K shot you're going to get from a standard GoPro, but when comparing it to any other 360 camera on the market, you can't beat it. And I think it's just using a 360 camera makes doing those activities and things you love to do so much more fun, to just be able to have the camera out but not be having to focus on always getting that perfect shot or being frustrated at the end of the day when you get back and look and see you missed something or your angle was off and this and that. And it makes it so much more enjoyable to go out and do these things that you're already going to do, capture it all on film without having to think about it so much. And then, like I said, I have been more than impressed and extremely enthusiastic. Even when my friends were watching me edit the video on the plane, they were super pumped on how it turned out, and they're thinking about picking one up for themselves as well. So I will actually leave a link in the description of this video. It is my affiliate link for Insta360. Yes, I have an affiliate link, but I am completely free to form my own opinion on all of their products, as well as, if you look, I have affiliate links for everything. So all the gear that I use. So I will leave a link for the Insta360 camera below. If you use my link, you will get a free selfie stick with the purchase of your camera. It's their invisible selfie stick. It's really cool the way it just renders it out of the shot, making it look even better in post. If you use that, it's going to give you that free selfie stick. It's also going to help me out and help this channel out. So thank you so much. If you are interested in picking one up, that link is there for you. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you did find it helpful, please smash that like button because it's going to really help me out. Subscribe. I post all sorts of outdoorsy activities and videos and things on a weekly basis. I try to keep it as active as possible. So thank you guys so much for checking me out. I'll see you in the next one soon.